It's heavy rain here in my city. I thought of jogging, but the rain is still bucketing down. So, what's the weather like in your city today? Today we are going to look at some expression and phrases on weather. Let's begin. The weather is often different from day to day and varies from place to place. We often get asked, "How's the weather in your city?" And more often than we reply, "It's very hot." "It's really cold here." "It's been raining heavily." Thus, it would be fun to learn several different English expressions and phrases to describe the weather. So, next time someone asks you about weather, you can use these phrases. Let's learn. We start with describing cold weather. Normally, we used to say it's too cold. The other alternative, by saying it's too cold, we can say it's chilly. Means that the weather has started getting noticeably cold. For example, I find myself exclaiming instead, "This chilly weather makes a good fall." Next, it's nippy, means the weather is still a little cold. For example, "It's a bit nippy today. You'd better wear your scarf." One more alternative is, "It's bitterly cold," means very cold. It's cold enough to make your nose go all red and your face rather pale. For example, a bitterly cold wind was blowing as he climbed the mountain. Now, let's look at another one. It's freezing. Freezing here means cold till the cold has gotten into your bones. For example, "It's freezing outside. I think we should stay home." It's icy or it's frosty means when it's been snowing, ice or frost, there will be fog on the surface of the streets and very slippery. Foggy weather is dangerous because it can cause car accidents. Some weather sometimes can be dangerous. Let's look at an example. It was a cold and frosty morning. The frosty air stung my cheeks. Next is a cold snap. A cold snap means a short period of cold weather. It is a period of time, usually a few days or weeks, when the weather is actually colder than usual. For example, there was a cold snap after Christmas. Next, we move on to describing hot or warm weather. It's too hot. So let's see other alternatives of saying it's too hot. It is scorching, meaning very heat in the air, and it can be used when you have to exposure to direct sunlight. For example, "It's scorching outside and all I want is something cold and refreshing." We move on to next one. It is boiling hot, meaning extremely hot. The weather is extremely hot. For example, "It's boiling hot outside. Remind your friends to drink water." Next is sweltering. Sweltering means is used mainly when the climate is uncomfortably hot and humid. For example, everyone headed for the beach on that sweltering summer afternoon. Stifling. I repeat, stifling. Stifling means used when the heat literally is unbearable. For example, it's stifling in here. Can we open a window? Moving on to blistering heat. Blistering heat means extremely harsh, intense, and severe heat. For example, we spent the afternoon wandering around the area in the blistering heat, popping into the various cafes to drink the best coffee in the town. Let's move on to a rainy weather. It's raining. Now we are going to look at other alternatives by just saying it's raining. I'm soaked. I'm soaked here means extremely wet. It is a popular English idiom which implies that the rain weather has gone through the layers of clothing and you are thoroughly wet and soaked. For example, I hope the kids get home soon, or that rain is going to soak them to the bone. Next, we move on to another one. It's bucketing down, means describing heavy rainfall. For example, he thought about walking to the grocery, but the rain was still bucketing down. Next is tipping down. Tipping down means raining heavily. For example, we can't go to the beach today as it's tipping down. It's drizzling. Drizzling here, very light rain. Means to rain in very small drops or very lightly. Actually, it's raining but barely noticeable. For example, it was drizzling when we stepped out of the classroom that day. Next one is sun shower. Sun shower means it's sunny and quite warm, but somehow actually raining. Some says that sun shower is one of the most annoying kind of rain showers. Let's look at example. We are bound to hit a sun shower of two on a summer road trip. Here is another one, heavy downpour. Heavy downpour is used to express heavy rainfall. For example, for the past 6 hours, the heavy downpour had been contagious and torrential in Kuantan here. Hi, in this lesson, we have learned several expressions and phrases talking about the weather. I hope you enjoyed this lesson.